One of the main concerns that developers and cybersecurity experts have with vibe coding or any kind of AI assisted coding is security, where the code the agent writes might be functionally correct but may be insecure. And this is backed by data. According to this article by SAS Vibes, which is a benchmark for security, it showed that 61% of solutions were correct, but only 10.5 were secure. And this is not something that you really want to use in prod, which has led to the skepticism that you see according we in cybersecurity circles with vibe coding. So to solve this, we built Tangerine, and what it does is that it checks your dependencies, checks your code, your build, the structure, and checks to see if there are any issues, any CVEs, any fundamental errors in your code base, and actually proposes fixes to them. And unlike tools like Dependabot, which just checks your code and says, yeah, you have an issue, you're on your own, good luck. It actually proposes fixes and then runs tests in an isolated environment and provides documentation and a better way to write moving forward. And it does this in the background quietly, which means you can just cook your code in peace and you get flags when there's actually an issue. So let's head over to the demo and I'll show you how this thing works. So I'll start by running the Tangerine command and then using the slash command to change the API key. You can just hot update, then I'll paste that over there. And then it runs a test to confirm that the API key is valid. Then let's run a short test. I try to analyze for CVE, so it should start by checking the contents of the package.json, then flipping it to the supply chain agent, which uses Google search and confirms to see if there are any vulnerabilities in the current code base we're working in, which is a test code base I've set up for the demo. It has switched back to the Tangerine agent, which confirms and then pushes it to the inject agent, which checks for possible inject vulnerabilities in our code base. Then since I see it has found some errors, it should spin up some tests. So it's testing for session leak and seems that the test has been confirmed. Then it writes these findings in the security MD and then flips it back to the main Tangerine agent, which then flips it back to the recon agent, which checks for any hard-coded securities and sensitive stuff in the current code base. It shouldn't find any. What? Okay, just found a bunch of keys in the local env, which is fine, but still flagged, but okay. Then I'll tell it to run a pen test and then check if the vulnerabilities that were found are real. Apparently, Claude doesn't know that those vulnerabilities exist. Yep, apparently they're real. The React2 shell, which is obvious, and apparently there's a vulnerabilities in JSPDF. So in the background, it has spun up Docker and run a bunch of pen tests on the code. And so I'll tell it to fix and confirm. Just updating the vulnerable packages and then adding the document checker to prevent stealing documents across sessions, which is just a basic auth fix. So then it transfers back to pen test to perform the test again and confirm that the error is patched, which seems to have succeeded. And yeah, that should wrap it up. So it switches back to Tangerine, which confirms that the tests have been successful. So from that short demo, you can see that Tangerine doesn't just flag issues and leaves them unfixed. It confirms that the issue actually affects your current code base, and then fixes it and writes tests to confirm that the fix actually fixed the issue that we are dealing with, and then leaves documentation for better code management. So try it out of the repo, throw it at any code base you can find, and then let me know the results. Cheers.